up, y'all? How we doing? How we doing? All right. How are we doing out there? What's going on, guys? Philosopher here, and welcome back to the stream. Oh, man. All right. Having a, not a recovery, but like clearing my head, in a sense, trying to switch my mentality when it's coming to personal health, when it comes to goal setting, reevaluating how I want to document or really articulate topics, goals, things I want to do, mainly on the personal side, but I also think it extends to the streaming side as well. I definitely think it does. So what I want to do in just a little bit, as I shake my desk vigorously, is I want to have a dialogue. I'm going to do it for YouTube, so I will have like an intro, like a hard intro of it leading into the topic. It'll be more flow of consciousness, so a lot of it's going to be on the editing side, but I want to articulate it here on the stream because I think it's relevant stuff, and I think I need to practice my articulation of points without having necessarily a specific script or a video to go along. I do like doing the reactions; those aren't going anywhere. I actually want to cover more Charlie Kirk footage. There we go, Charlie Kirk footage. Talk about those, break it down, and part of the reason for that has to do with the topic or the theme of these stream of consciousness, or these specifically like targeted conversations where I'm covering a specific topic, right? So, you know, I just did some exercising. I also have some caffeine in me, so I'm very kind of motivated. I'm going to start doing more exercising before I do my live stream. It wasn't too vigorous, but with asthma, sometimes it kicks in if I don't do dusting. That's a whole tangent, whole digression. We're not going to get into that. One sec. So yeah, I'm a little amped up in a good way, but I haven't stopped to catch my breath fully, right? Talking, presenting myself during these streams, making sure those posture checks are being used. I want to do my best to actually maintain good posture. I went through a whole bunch of physical therapy. I'm now done with that, and I want to make sure I'm maintaining it on my own, which means that since I don't have my like bi-weekly, twice a week appointments, you know, I've got to make sure I'm compensating those times. And so when I'm live streaming, I don't necessarily have to be exercising, right? But I can practice good posture. It's going to help with articulation. I do already do those things, but I need to be a little bit strict on them, right? So anyway, this topic, the Dear MAGA, right? That's kind of the series is Dear MAGA, etc. The topic that I want to focus on for today, you know, and I'll do multiple of these. That's why they're labeled part 1, right? Because I don't know exactly where it's going to end. I will want to, more than likely, knowing my brain, I'll want to do a follow-up on it that's more concise, right? I can definitely cover the same topic multiple times, and I do think it's important to do that. It might seem like you're beating a dead horse, but something I've learned, right? This is a common sense thing for me that I feel like is not common sense. So humor me for a second, right? It seems like most people at least understand the concept that different people think differently, and different cultures tend to have a whole entire like moral structure that's different. Of course, there's going to be a lot of alignments, especially the religious ones are going to have similar alignments, but location. It doesn't even matter about racial or ethnic, right? It can just be location based. Culture is going to be different. And it seems like the more diverse we get, and we're talking about America specifically, that's a very interesting case study of a culture. But I live in America. That's who we're talking about, right? There is obviously this struggle where we live in two different worlds. I want to cut to the chase here. I could expand more, but I really want to get to the meat of the conversation, then get into the YouTube part of it, right? So, how do I articulate this? We understand people think differently. We know that. But I've come across so many people that don't know how to really respect that. And a lot of them are who would consider themselves Native Americans, but not actual indigenous people, right? So to cut to the chase, I want to get to a specific group of people. I think it isn't just white people that fall into this category, but I want to use that as a generic term. When I say that, I'm talking about the people specifically within that group and people that have the same pattern of behavior, because we're going to talk about racism, but that doesn't mean that it's exclusive to white people. I want to help you understand that I don't see the word racism is a huge semantic distraction from the point. Bigotry, prejudice, those are the words that we really want to focus on. And there's always this kind of word game that people try to play, or they play dumb, whatever it might be. And I just want to get to the cut of the chase. People can discriminate against anybody. Blacks can discriminate against blacks. Whites can discriminate against other whites. Blacks can discriminate against whites and also not be racist, right? That is a true statement that sounds like hypocrisy, but it's not, right? And that gets into the nuance that I don't have to talk about right specifically now, but it helps me illustrate the point of the conversation and why I'm doing it, right? That's the important part. Why am I doing this? And it's like, the simplest answer I can give is that it just feels more and more like people are itching for civil war. I don't want that, right? I don't want to have a civil war. I'm also not willing to relinquish or back down on my personal ethics and beliefs and argument that we're not the ones in the wrong here. There are a specific group of people that are making this issue a lot worse than it needs to be. And they're elevating it to a concerning level where violence is inevitable, right? I feel like most of us can really see that is happening. And without pointing out a side, I think it becomes more and more obvious if you're someone who isn't held down by bias, you can see who's most involved in this. And it's MAGA, right? That's why is the title. And just to be clear, right, again, leading up into the video part, I feel like MAGA is a good placeholder for the white man, right? When we talk about the white man, any person who's not conservative, essentially, any person who's willing to acknowledge the existence of black people or even other groups that aren't black people, it's still happening right now, right? Discrimination against a group of people and discriminating in specific ways that are very dehumanizing, right? Not giving them access to things that they should be entitled to, but because of a majority of people feeling uncomfortable, they're willing to hinder the freedoms of other people and justify it as, I don't want to be uncomfortable, therefore you're infringing on my rights, versus somebody actually having their rights, right? People are losing the ability to access whatever it may be, right? We're talking about black people and white people. Segregation is a lot easier for me to illustrate. I saw a video recently. It keeps popping up for some reason, but it's a really good topic that I've thought about before as well. I've discussed it on my own, where, how do I explain it? Somebody is like talking to a kid or somebody, whatever it is. I don't remember the exact skit or scene from a movie, perhaps. But basically, they were asking somebody, if a white man drinks from a white water fountain, does he get in trouble? No. If a black man drinks from a white water fountain, will they get in trouble? Yes. If a black person drinks from if a white person drinks from a white water fountain, then also a black water fountain, a black water fountain then they don't get in trouble, right? But if a black person drinks from a white water fountain, they do get in trouble. That means that being black is a crime. That was the moral of that story, right? And so it illustrates that I don't want to use these buzzwords, right? That's the exhaustion that I'm having in my head, is like, I don't want to use buzzwords that people already have ideas in their heads, but you can't really avoid them. And it gets into like the whole woke discussion, how people use the word woke. The way we communicate against opposing points of view is just ridiculous. It's frustrating. And I want to try to be on the more peaceful side, right? I want to try to give tools to MAGA and to people who feel like MAGA is threatening in some sort of way, or want to see change, not in a physical sense, but in a structural, a political sense of, look, we're just trying to exist. No one's trying to take your rights away, but you're trying to take our rights away and act like you're not. You're gaslighting us. There's no other way to put it, right? And us is whatever you want it to be. That's not exactly what they want. That's the issue, is they keep finding some way to justify culture. So I'm going to take a second, drink some water, and then I think I'm ready to kind of just flow into the topic, because we're already getting into it anyway. How are y'all doing, by the way? Let me make sure the chat's working. Should have it turned on. Yeah, I got it turned on. I'm going to check a few things real quick. I'm doing a new setup, right? I typically have my OBS on this side, but I also have behind it my live feed, just so I can make sure I always see what's happening on the screen. If I'm not actively reading from something, I usually will have the big screen up. If I'm playing a game or I'm recording, unless I have to have the chat over it, it's always over there. Still is, but now OBS is now over here, so I kind of have a preview if I want to mess with it and anything like that in the live one over there. I might change some settings to make that actually function as preview and output. That's not exactly what happens on my side of the screen. I actively turn on the split. You guys wouldn't see that or notice it. But anyway, I digress. I'm just messing with some production ideas, trying to get more ideas about how to increase the production value while I'm live streaming. I don't really want to do skits yet, but my brain sometimes thinks in that way. I love watching skits, and sometimes they're great ways to get people thinking in a more entertaining fashion. I can't allocate time to it right now, but I do want to mess with some ideas in the future that I think would be fun to do for me. Like, I would actually enjoy doing it. I wouldn't enjoy recording a skit normally, but if I can find some way to make one during the live stream, that would make it more fun. So I'm thinking about how I want to do that. I have ideas, but I need to plan more before I execute. But that's an aside. On the downside of exercising before the stream, you need more water. So I should have got a bigger bottle, because I'm going to run out. I'll have to go upstairs and do that. But I'll do that during my gameplay break when we switch off of this topic to that. But let's get into this. We got 45 minutes to play with. I don't think we'll need that long. Hopefully we don't. And then we can wrap up. I can go get some water, check on the family, and then we can switch over to Scorn. Let me see something here. Yeah, I think I might use this for the main scene, but then I might switch back to the chat every now and then. I gotta find a narrow stand that can go like right here, but mount to my desk rather than in my monitor or something. Desk to the floor, because it can't shake. This desk is too shaky wakey. Either that or I gotta move and put this against the wall. I digress. Okay, let me get a little bit of notes pulled up. I'm gonna play some music on my end that you guys can't hear. Yeah, I'll play some music. It's not royalty free, so I am not going to put it on the stream, but I want to listen to something while I talk to kind of help with the flow. I think I'll do some chill step. That's the vibe I'm feeling. Ooh, and we just found Chill Step Mix 2024. There was some good ones from like the 2015s I got to go back and listen to. That's what I got to do. Yeah. Now we're going to go back in time, like T-Pain. 2015. I want to say 2012. Let's do 2012. Because I listened to a lot of Chill Step in 2012. I'm really curious to see what they put into like a 3-hour mix here. And if anyone's interested, I'll put it in the link in my Discord. Otherwise, I'm just going to vibe out to it. Probably going to have a lot of Blackmail, I suspect. Blackmail really dominated Chill Step back in those days, but there was a few other ones that I think were good. I can't remember their names though off the top of my head. The Blackmail, they had something unique. Ugh. If you haven't heard Blackmail before, I really recommend that too. If you're big into like different kinds of music, like ambient, trance, dubstep is like the ADHD kid on upper version of Chill Step, right? Like that's the one that just can't sit still. It's like a Jack Russell Terrier of the steps, right? Chill Step is one of the most chill. Obviously, it's in the name. And I'm already hearing some of the songs are good. But anyway, let's go. Let's get going. I'll turn this down just a smidge. And then I'll just kind of get into character a little bit. I got to make sure to take better breaths. I'm not good at breath management when it comes to talking. And then the more excited I get, the more I want to spill out all the ideas in my head, which means I have to increase the talking speed. That's how it feels, right? So my brain wants to get all the ideas out because I think so fast. But like in the book, ADHD 2.0, I keep forgetting the author's names, they're doctors, whatever. They use the analogy of a kid's brain. A person's brain with ADHD is like a race car engine with bicycle brakes. So true. So when you're doing a flow of consciousness or you're just talking about an idea or explaining things, the ideas come faster than you can verbally talk. But there's also an anxiousness of forgetting what you're going to say before it comes out of your mouth. So it's like you're having a whole nother side conversation / negative feedback loop of panicking about if you're going to forget what you're going to say because there's so many thoughts in your head happening and so many parts of the talk that you want to say that it kind of fights to get out. And then all you can really do if you're Jamaican and from New Jersey is talk faster. You can talk really fast, but people can't listen fast. It's not as enjoyable to listen to. And it's a lot more of a pain in the ass to edit. I will tell you that right now. God dang. Editing for somebody who talks really fast, i.e. me, I can't tell you how many times I want to hit myself upside the head when I go back to edit a video and the sound wave is so close together because I don't take proper pauses between words. And I've noticed this at home and in like other people too. Ending your sentences with so or and or but and not having like a follow-up to that is like a pet peeve of mine. And whenever I hear myself doing it, it is, oh my God, those filler words, they kill me. So whenever I hear it now, I'm like eye twitching. Anyways, all right. So let's go ahead and get into this a little bit. Then I really want to get into some Scorn so that I can get ready to get into Resident Evil. That's going to be the next series. So I'm trying to beat these games, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, turn this down just a smidge more. I'm going to turn my mic down just a smidge more too. I don't want to pick up as much breathing. My mic picks up like all my inhales and everything, and it's like, oh my God. Again, editing, hearing all the breath-ins just sound worse. So yeah, I'm trying to get that nice and sensitive. Let's check that sound wave. Check. It's not picking up when I'm breathing, but it looks like it's in the yellow when I'm talking. That's where you want to be. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna get my notes for just a little bit. It's like a helpful part. Yeah. I'll try this out. All right. So I got like an introduction I can read off. Stretching the mouth before I talk. E-I-E-O, A-E-I-O-U. And sometimes Y. And sometimes Y. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna start recording now. Yeah. And then I can find that sound wave pretty easily when I'm editing, so I'll know to cut any extra stuff. All right. Dear MAGA, humor me for a second. I would like to share my perspective with you. Why? Because I think it's important, right? Oh, also, I'll be doing a lot of editing. So I have a better editing process, so I'm pretty excited to get that going, but let's get back to that. I want there to be peace and growth within my country, within my culture, within my community. And whether you realize it or not, you are a big part in the fragmentation of people being able to live their lives or their cultures as they would like to. A lot of people don't feel comfortable. A lot of people don't feel safe. And it's because of you, right? Because of you, a lot of people get lumped into that group along with you that might have similar ideals, but might not be as bad. But then who else do they turn to when everything seems so extreme? They go to what they know. I don't know how else to say this, but not respecting other people's cultures is as un-American as you can get. It's what's in the Constitution. And to save myself time, if you're not mature enough to be able to acknowledge that and not get triggered, just click off now. I don't want to bother trying to convince people who aren't going to listen, who aren't going to reason. I've interacted with people like that, and you're going to believe what you want to believe no matter what. So don't waste your time, and don't bother if you're not going to be constructive in the comments. I'm going to try to not interact with as many of you as possible. Not the people who have differing opinions, just be clear, but the people who say a comment, I ask for your rebuttal, and you don't really have anything of substance to give. I like discourse. I like disagreeing. I don't have a problem with that. And I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a left-leaning person. But I see things for what they are. I try, at least. I try to be as fair as possible. I try to be as neutral as one can be while still having my own moral alignment, right? So, one of the topics I want to talk about today. No, let me try it again. One of the topics that I want to talk about is racism. And I know you guys eye roll every time you hear this topic, and you swear up and down that you're not racist. But have you ever stopped to think, why do people keep calling you racist if you're not racist? Right? People keep calling certain behaviors racist. You disagreeing with something being racist doesn't make it any less to the people that feel offended. And look, I just talked about offense off the video on the stream, but I'll talk about it again because it's important. Being offended shouldn't be the main reason or motivator to changing what people are able to do, right? Restricting access to things because of someone's culture or someone's identity is not American. That's in our Constitution. But I feel like a lot of people, and Donald Trump at the top included, find ways to twist the truth and make it work in their favor. And for me, it just feels like you're justifying behavior that you know isn't fair because it works for you and your group. It's like, you know that you're not doing things honestly and fairly, but you're okay with it because you feel justified. And I find it hard to believe that you're conscious of that concept. I would prefer to believe that you're not aware that you're doing that, right? The everyday person on social media, not the big politician, right? A lot of these people are self-aware enough to know that they're screwing people over but not give a damn. And even if they don't, then they're highly incompetent. It's just, it is what it is, right? It's not me hating on anybody specifically. There's Democrats that fall into that category too. Politicians as a whole, the way that politics work, too many people have been enabled, in my opinion, to do and say horrible things for years and years and years. This isn't new behavior. It's just hitting a critical mass, right? This hasn't been anything new. Donald Trump is just so bad at it and so blatant with it that it drove the community, the culture, the country, it drove the country apart, right? It became so obvious that people were doing things that were corrupt, like blatantly so, when this used to be under the table and such. And Trump was like, I don't see the problem with it. Like, I honestly think he's just that stupid that he doesn't realize there's an issue with the way that he's screwing people over. However, because people like that get what they want no matter what, in his own world, he is always justified because people back him up and they enable him, right? And it's not just Trump. There are people who are manipulating him to get what they want. And they're equally as scary and equally as complicit in all of this, or I should say involved, not just complicit. They're involved in their own kind of way. These aren't conspiratorial thoughts. These are just an obvious response to what is actually happening. It's just that depending on your moral structure, depending on your preferences, you can justify that kind of stuff. It is what it is. Just admit that that's the case, right? I'm not trying to attack you people. I'm trying to help you calm down and be more rational, right? Y'all are the ones, I hate to be so general, right? But that's why I say MAGA, because it's not just white people. It's not just black people. But let's get into racism specifically. And the best place to start for me, and again, eye rolls, whatever, is with Charlie Kirk. You have to understand the way that the guy talks about the black culture, about black people, he's not helpful with what he's saying or what he's doing. Why do I say that? There is good reason for why I say that. If you watch his videos, and I plan on doing more breakdowns, I've done some already. The way that he talks about black people is that he uses statistics and what is the other word? When you have a real life experience that you're using as an example, there's a specific word for that that's really easy. Not testimonial. Colloquial? No. Starts with A. I'll have to worry about it later. Okay. Where were I? Racism, white people. It'll come back to me later. I'm going to read my notes real fast though. The main issue is just that when I talk to you, MAGA, or when anybody talks to somebody from MAGA, there is this denial that y'all do. I have a video of this happening in real time to me, and it's funny to see. And I'm still dealing with the fallout. They still keep inviting me to do debates, but I'm just like, I can't even get you to openly, honestly, like, I ask if you're willing to have the debate in good faith via the DMs, but you're avoiding answering the question. So it's like, if you're avoiding answering if you're willing to be good faith or not, why would I waste my time debating you? Like, yeah, I do want to grow my community. I do want to grow the numbers that I'm live streaming and posting on YouTube, of course. However, I don't want to do it in a way to where I'm having an inauthentic conversation for the sake of views. Like, I'm not just trying to make spicy content to make spicy content, right? And get views. I'm trying to talk about important topics. And if it turns into a heated debate, then it turns into one. But I'm not going to have a heated debate with someone who's openly lying about their point of view. What's the point of that? But it's like, that's the kind of stuff that I'm talking about, where it's like he knows that he's doing it. This person knows that he's not being good faith. I see him smiling when he's talking, and not the kind of smile where it's like, I'm right and you're wrong. It's like I know that I'm getting at you. I know that I'm getting to you. I know that I'm being frustrating. It's like it's the kind of person in school that just wanted to insinuate or wanted to instigate situations that necessarily didn't fall back on them, but onto other people. And that kind of enjoyment, and this is my own observation, right? This isn't a fact, but the way that he smiles reminds me of that kind of behavior. It's frustrating. But there is this innate ability to gaslight people. And it's like you don't even know that you're doing it sometimes. And I know this might not make sense, right? But just try to follow along with the stream of consciousness. A lot of connections will be made as I talk. That's just the way my brain works. So I'm going to connect the dots as I go. And pieces will start to fall into place. I'm a long-winded talker. I'm sorry. All right. Just deal with me. Just listen for a little bit. I'll try my best to make it all make sense. And then when I edit this too, hopefully I can help it flow a little better if I need to. Anywho, look, when Charlie Kirk was assassinated, that was a horrible event. I am not somebody that celebrates death. The important thing to notice, though, is that just because he was assassinated and was assassinated publicly does not take away that I am allowed to criticize how he lived his life and what he did and his contributions to society. And the issue with Charlie Kirk is it isn't just how the culture reacted to his death. The issue that I have is how the administration reacted to his death. A large number of people believe this man is racist. You have to be aware of that, right? Let's not talk about who's right and who's wrong here, because this isn't a purely right, wrong, truth, lie situation. This is a cultural experience versus another cultural experience. If there are just so many people that think that he's saying racist things and are willing to back up what they're saying and have credible reasons for why they feel like he's quoting or has like a racist agenda, why not consider and better understand it rather than just automatically rejecting it? Because that's the thing, is that for you to maintain your worldview, you have to reject understanding things. I'm not being condescending. I'm not trying to be funny, but that's just the reality, is that you don't understand what racism is, and you stay that way because you deny understanding what racism is and how you're taking part in it or complicit in the systems that allow for racist things to happen to people. Insert racism, by the way, with pretty much any other kind of phobia that you would like or ism that you would like, and it might apply to that as well. There's a good chance it applies. But I'm going to talk about racism because it's a good example with Charlie Kirk. The administration raised the flags or lowered the flags to half-mast for him. That signaled my Discord. Anyways, that signaled to every person that saw Charlie Kirk as racist that their opinion didn't matter. And or, more realistically, the administration supports racist people like Charlie Kirk and his turning point. Look, again, just stay with me here, okay? I hate to sound so direct and condescending, but I want to cut through the bullshit with this stuff. I'm not going to be nice, but understand that I'm talking about this from a place of concern for everyone's safety, including my own and my family's. So I'm more being selfish by talking about this because I don't want things to escalate. I want them to de-escalate. So just shut the hell up for a second and please just listen. I'm sorry to be so rude about it. I digress. Look, I thought Charlie Kirk was racist when he lived. I have videos that can break that down and explain it to you. I have very logical reasons for why I think that man had bigoted agenda. Even if he wasn't consciously doing it on purpose, maybe he even thought, right? I'm willing to humor that he thought he was doing this for the good. I understand that. There's counterparts. There's counter arguments I have to that, but that's not important for right now. I just want to say that I'm willing to grant and believe that he was honestly thinking that he was doing something good. However, his actions, they don't have to reflect the intention all the time. The outcome is more important than the intention. For the most part, it depends on the situation. But in this situation, it is more so the outcome that's important. And the way that he talked about Black people really just lowered the perspective or the perception of Black people. He didn't contribute in Black people bettering themselves. He used statistics to show why they were worse without really honestly representing the whole entire picture in reference in context with the statistics that he's referring to, and also the historical context that's also important to be aware of. He ignores historical context. You can't do that. If someone was just released as a slave, right, and they now are on their own and they have quote unquote freedom, you and I both should know that Black people were not equal after slavery. For you to have the expectation of a Black person back then to be able to make the same amount of money as the average white man back then is unrealistic. Similar to the circumstances that have persisted throughout American history to Black people. There are many of them, and it has rippling effects within the community. I don't know how many times we have to explain this, but it wasn't like things were all hunky-dory once slavery was abolished. And it wasn't like things were all hunky-dory once segregation was abolished. And it wasn't all hunky-dory when women were able to vote. Like, things were still happening to these people. They are still being repressed. That's why people like Epstein was able to exist. Look, the whole Hollywood scene. So many of these people were getting outed over time, but look how long it took to out them. It's like 10, 20, 30 years later before they're finally punished for what they were doing. And who knows how long they've been doing it for and where the hell they learned it from, right? That culture had to already be that way. So it took hundreds of years, literally, for just Hollywood, for an example, to start outing all the perverts and shit that we should both be condoning, right? Right? I'm hoping so. And if you disagree, then be willing to admit that you're fine with the horrible stuff that's happening. Like, just be honest about that. And don't try to gaslight us into thinking that you're holier than thou because you believe in the Bible. That shit don't work on me, right? It's just ridiculous. Again, I'm just talking from my own perspective. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I'm trying to just be as honest as I can, because if I don't, then I'm just bullshitting. And I don't want to waste my time with that. I want to talk to people who are willing to hear the hard truth about people's perspectives. Let me try it again. I want to talk to people who are willing to hear the hard truth from my perspective. Even if you disagree, I'm fine with you sharing that. I encourage you to share why you disagree, but actually have a conversation with me. Don't just bullshit and talk about how I'm a DEI YouTuber or something like that. Like, I'm going to think it's funny and I'm going to see what you're going to say back if you're not a bot, right? But come on. Understand here, like, just that one scenario with Charlie Kirk. If that many people believe that he was racist, how do you think we felt, right? Just try to imagine our perspective there. You think that this person is a horrible person, but then the administration props them up in their death, basically choosing a side. It's not like the administration doesn't know that we feel this way. So it isn't just that he honored this person, but he's also ignoring a large group of Americans. That's not very American of our leader. And this is why I hate the whole Democrat-Republican thing. This pisses me off so much. This Democrat-Republican thing is so annoying because there's always this team to blame or scapegoat. And I hate it so much as an independent lifelong. I hate this concept of how that's all leveraged. That's a conversation for another day because we're talking about racism right now. But just know that I'm not a Democrat, and I don't want us to have a Democrat or Republicans anymore. I want us to change the way we do our elections, because we shouldn't be talking that way. It shouldn't be, oh, he's on that team, that guy is trash and everything he says is trash and he's dangerous to our culture. But that's basically where everybody's at now. The left and the right are like that. And I'm stuck here looking like, bro, I gotta take in all this information and constantly try to oppose hypocrisy, because a lot of people are being hypocritical. And now one group, I'm sorry, the Republicans, are just getting away with murder quite literally and metaphorically. It's ridiculous, bro. I don't know what to tell you. You're on the side that's corrupt. You're on the dark side. You're with the empire, bro. I'm sorry. Like, there's no other way to put it. You have all the power and you're controlling people's lives and you're dictating what they can do, and you're using violence if they don't do those things. Even when they're being more so peaceful or reasonable people, you justify violence. That's just what it is. Like, call it out for what it is. I'm sorry. If you're a nerd, if you like Star Wars, or you watch any of these movies where the empire is a thing or something like that, you know you're on that side. You're on the Federation, man. You're with the masked guy. I can't, Full Frontal, whatever his name is. Like, I don't know how else to put that for you. And I can only laugh at it because it's just so frustrating. It's so exhausting. And I have to live my life and I have to focus on goals as well, which is why I got to make content if I'm going to be talking about this. I'm not going to sit in my room in some random Discord with a couple of people and argue about it with them the middle of the night. Every now and then, maybe, because I have friends and people that I know. However, for the most part, I can't spend time thinking about this if I'm not making progress. So shut the hell up and listen, please. I love you guys, but y'all are crazy as hell. And right now, y'all are dangerous. And I can't trust people who support Donald Trump. And I don't want to say that because I wish I wasn't true. However, I've had to live in places where you need to understand what the source of danger is. You don't got to be biased about it. You don't like it. I know this house has a situation going and I need to be careful, and like SWAT can be pushing into that house. And that's a whole situation where I need to be smart and conscious of what's happening and making sure that I am aware that I'm a giant black guy around a bunch of people with like, not just pistols, but with rifles. It wasn't my house. It wasn't my situation. But if I move wrong, doesn't matter. Same thing with people who are living on the streets or like people who have street activity. They're doing stuff. You got to know what colors to wear, with like eye contact to make, how, like, not necessarily how long, but like you got to be aware of your social situation because you can piss somebody off and put yourself in a bad situation. Is it fair in either situation? Hell no, but that's just the way it is. That's how I live my life sometimes. I live in a great neighborhood now. I don't got to worry about that, but it's still in my brain all the time. I'm a very non-confrontational person, but I've been forced into so many fights. It's stupid. Okay, that's why I had to learn martial arts like karate and boxing because I didn't want to get beat up. I didn't want to start a fight, but I had to finish it because I'm not getting folded. I'm too big to be getting beat up by anybody else. I wasn't going to accept that. My parents weren't going to accept that. Whole another conversation. Just understand, I sound like I'm nonviolent because I'm not. However, I've been in a lot of situations and I've been around a lot of situations and I've seen guns be held to family members and things of that nature and threatened with violence and seeing stuff. I've been around that. But despite that, I learned to talk the way that I did pretty intentionally for the most part. It's a whole side conversation I've talked about in the past. Won't get into now. Just understand, racism isn't just simple concept, and a lot of y'all just want to deny. You want to ignore what is and not understand it so that you can live in this world that you have to maintain. And you got to understand that y'all are doing some hypocritical shit. You're always accusing everybody else of doing things. Black people are more violent, right? That was the thing Charlie Kirk talked about, was black on black crime, right? That's a statistic he talked about so often. But why? Why did he talk about it so often? But also not, why did he give full context? Without even going into all the statistics, I know that black people make up a large number of the exonerations during arrests, right? But that part's not really mentioned. And when you look at the exonerations versus the arrest, because the exonerations happen after the arrest, so he doesn't have to display the exoneration data, Charlie Kirk I'm mentioning, didn't have to. He could just talk about the arrests because the arrests happened before, the percentages happened before the exonerations. So he's kind of inflating the numbers in a way because he's not talking about the incarcerations post-exoneration. He's talking about just the general number of incarcerations. And then why are there so many exonerations? It would expose the fact that black people are arrested on average more often, but are not guilty at a higher percentage of the time. So there is somehow a lack of ability to properly arrest the right perp. And so they arrest the wrong perp at a higher average is what that translates to, right? They're arresting the wrong person, the person that's not guilty. Why? Why is that? And you really, it's not hard to come to the conclusion there. And that's when you start talking about like the wokeness that you like to hide behind. So irritating. Like using the term like woke. It's like, look, I don't know what to tell you. Black people are arrested way higher, but they're not as guilty. They're not guilty as often. Don't you think at the least that shows incompetence? Because they're arresting, like, what is it? 80% of the time they're arresting the wrong person. Is that the right? I don't know if that's the best way. There's an 80+ percentage of exonerations. So I don't know if that means that 80% of the black people that are arrested in that statistic are, yeah, they would be like only 20% of the Americans that they arrest are being incarcerated properly, whereas the other 80% didn't do anything wrong or weren't guilty for the crime they were accusing them of. It might be arresting them just to hopefully find another crime, but that's messed up. and yes, if they're doing crimes, that's still messed up too, and they should be arrested. However, you can't just arrest people for the wrong crime and not actually prove that and just keep them in prison or whatever it may be. Because who knows how many people that are still arrested and incarcerated might or should have been exonerated if there was more effort put into their investigation. So we don't know fully if the 80% of exonerations are 100% of all people who should be exonerated. We don't have that data because they're still listed as arrested. They're going to remain that way. Now that applies to any race, to be fair, but that's still ridiculously high for somebody. Like, maybe there's other groups of people that fall into it, but I don't think white people fall into that category. I would love to see the number of that, right? I don't have that, but I'd be willing to look at that and still say, hey, there's a problem. Like, if it's like black people where there's an 80% discrepancy of exonerations, that's still a problem, bro. Like, I can be fine with admitting that white people are getting arrested at a higher average if that were the case, and like and the exonerations were high. And also be fine with calling out the black people that have the issue that are, like, we both know is a thing. So like, I don't understand how I can be open to helping both sides, but MAGA, y'all gotta be focused on one group and then just totally be unfair to the other group. How's it going? I'm almost done. I'm winding down my conversation here, doing another flow of consciousness conversation, talking about, the title is called Dear MAGA, and just talking about specific topics. Today, we're talking about racism. And I listed it as part 1 because I know I'm going to revisit these things, and I've got to drink more water and slow down my talking and breathing. I think this is Blackmail playing right now. I'm listening to Chill Step. You all can't hear it because of copyright, but I just wanted to find something to flow to. How are you doing, by the way? I'm about to switch over. But yeah, let me finish my thoughts here, and then I'm going to start booting up Scorn because I want to play that. Look at my notes here too. My recording messed up. That's fine. I got the Twitch feed. Ooh, nice. I saw Goat today with my son and wife. Crime 101. All right, well, wish me luck then. I'm going to try to finish these whatever puzzles I can tonight. And then I might do some Marvel Rivals depending on how I'm feeling. Okay. So yeah, MAGA, look. I'm not saying this out of some sort of bias, right, from some political party or ideology. I'm just saying this from someone who's observing things for what they are. I want us to have a peaceful resolution. But, yeah, no, I want us to have a peaceful resolution, but that requires both parties to be involved. So you got to try to be more open and understanding, because the way that we're going is not good. And it seems like a lot of Republicans are even starting to disagree with y'all too. So y'all are starting to become outnumbered. But I want to have things de-escalate. So understanding things from my perspective, maybe I can help. Let me know in the comments down below. I'll see you guys in the next video. Okay. Yeah, GOAT is the animated movie. Oh, hold on. I'm going to mark this real fast so that I can find it easier. Marker. Yeah, GOAT is the animated movie. Forgot his name already, but he's Lucas from Stranger Things. He's the main character. There's some pretty interesting actors in there. 2 basketball players were in there, some comedians. Yeah, it was pretty good. I liked it, actually. It was a basketball, like, he was a basketball player, but he was like the first small animal to play in the like animal NBA. It was pretty cool. I like sports movies and stuff like that, like the underdog person that seems like unrealistic, but somehow, like, you know, Rudy, for example. If you haven't seen Rudy, if your teachers haven't made you see Rudy for some reason, then like you need to put that on your list. I think that's like, classes study Rudy. That's a great movie. But yeah, it's just like, I'm a sucker for those kind of movies with the sports and the trying to overcome adversity, underdog type stuff. I mean, Rocky is like one of my top, all the Rockies are in like my top 5. So yeah, it's good. Yeah, I'll DM it to you. Oh man. Yeah. So I love those kinds of movies. Rudy stars Sean Astin, by the way. Who was also in Stranger Things. Was. Spoilers. He is the main character in Rudy. He's not Bilbo Baggins. Samwise Gamgee. He's Samwise Gamgee if you know who that is. He plays in Rudy. That's like one of his most iconic movies, and he he has a what is it, like the magical black man, the magnificent black magician man, whatever the term is. I don't know, but like he has like a mentor figure that's a black guy, that's like a trash man or something. I want to say the guy, like he coaches him, but he's like a janitor for Notre Dame and like loves football. I don't remember because the actor played on a show called Rock where he was an actual garbage man. I feel like I'm merging his characters together. Rock is a great show, like representing a black representation show back in the day. Oh man, I got a video I got to react to later with you. It's, oh man, there's some good stuff. There's some good stuff. Of course, you know who Sean Astin is. Yep. I'm glad. But yeah, Rudy is good. Rudy is good. I don't know like what your emotional levels are. Whoa. I don't know what your emotional levels are when it comes to movies and stuff, but I gotta watch it again. I'm not the kind of person that will like typically cries. Ooh, Absalom has an update coming out. Interesting. I'll watch that in a second too. But yeah, just watch it. Just watch it. I think it's really good. I'm pretty sure it still holds up. What am I doing? I want to check out that update. Let me pull up the link. Yes. Okay, now let me go to... I did manage to install Reanimal, I guess because it is a shareable game. Well, don't play yet. We'll watch that in a second. And I'm going to turn off my music too. I don't need that. Scorn. Okay, I have that ready to go. I'm gonna watch this trailer real fast. This is a game that I like from some developers that I really like as well. But let's go check this out real fast. This is called Absalom. I want to see what they have here. It's a roguelike kind of game. Wait, what? What was that? Player lifesteal. Wait, what is this? Mystic Ordeals. You pay some sort of currency for it. Boss rush? Whoa, I think I saw a boss I haven't fought yet. I beat the game technically, I think. Got new colors? Hey, what was that? Elite mounts. Wait, there's already elite mounts. Wait, oh wait, no, not elite mounts. Yeah, new skins. I think I saw red eyes. I like that. Soul tree stat summoning. Wait, soul tree what? Summary. Ah, new unlock tiers. Inspiration start. Inspirations. Oh, damage numbers, frame rate, uncapped. Oh, cool. Patch 1.0. Yeah. It's kind of like Hades or the other underworld type game. Scorn. What was the name of that movie you were seeing again? And if you're heading out, enjoy your movie. Enjoy your movie. Might grab a snack. My controller up here. Gross. Okay. We're about to do this. I'm turning off any distractions so I can lock in again. Get some extra stuff pulled up. Oh yeah, I found out how to do this. This makes me happy. I don't know why I didn't think about this before, but I can change the audio a lot easier now. All right, let's load it in. Actually, I'm gonna check one thing. What the heck? Oh, go back to the screen. So I got my I got my GPU software running in the background, and I was trying to check that out, but ain't doing it. All right, 1 second here. I gotta reorient myself with this game. Oh boy, I'm gonna make a name for myself here. I have 3 more of the nobules. I have the puncher, Shotty McShot sawed off, and then what was this one? Oh, like the freaking slug. I don't know. Oh shoot, that's right, there's enemies now. Yeah. Oh my god. Oh, I'm cooked. Okay. Oh, is that Bob? Or who was that guy? I think we don't have everything for this one, right? Yeah. We don't have everything for this one. Okay. Let me go ahead and get this set up. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna take a short break to get some water and stuff. Because I don't want to do it while I'm already starting, and I can do my like actual YouTube intro. If you go before then, then have a great day. I might look for some maps or something to aid me. I don't want to use those, but like the sense of direction, I have no pride in like using a map or anything. But it just depends on how it flows with the gameplay. So let me go ahead and take a short break. Anyone who's heading out, have a great night. Otherwise, stay tuned. I'll be right back in just a little bit. Cool. All right, let's go ahead and get this going. Put this on silent real quick. Ooh, perfect timing too. All right, cool. That should do. Hello and welcome to Scorn. We have been playing this for I believe 3 or 4 days now over the course of the Sundays, and we are making progress slowly but surely. This game is crazy. This game is weird, but it's starting to grow on me. I have some weapons now, so I'm actually fighting things, which I was not expecting. I thought it was gonna be more purely puzzle and run away, but they've given me weapons to fight weird things, and so we're gonna fight said weird things and also try to get the heck out of here. Ammo seems to be very limited, so I am going to try to avoid shooting things unless I feel like I absolutely have to progress. I can run away or use my ammo, not use my ammo to get the kill. That's what I'm going to do. Shoot, man, I'm going to get so lost, dude. I get lost so easily. You know, it takes 5 hits to kill. Yeah, like that. A 2-hitter. Those things are fast with the shot. Oh, he aimed that at me. He like, oh shh. Oh my god, you jerk. Oh! That was weird. Uh-oh. Hello. You're not gonna attack me, are you? I'm not sure where I'm supposed to go. I remember I finished part of a puzzle and I was trying to get that. I know what I need to get done, but I'm not sure where I need to go to get it done. Oh boy. Let me go back. Ugh. I'm sorry. This game is so messed up. This isn't taking me anywhere. I already did that. Oh my goodness gracious. Is he he's not the living entity of this whole, is he the one causing all the vines and stuff? Surely not. Gee. I've avoided looking at any lore for this game. I'm definitely going to look like a lore video because I'm actively playing the game. I'm not picking up all the different like subtle story cues. I'm trying to get my character out of here alive. You know what I mean? Can't crouch, can I? So yeah, let me see over in this area. I'm pretty sure all of this area I had just unlocked, so I need to do this. This is like a newer area. Like, so starting from here, I think. Okay, this goes into a little U. It looks like there's one way upstairs, 1, 2, maybe 3 ways downstairs. Probably gonna expect some big guys soon. I don't know if I have a set amount of stamina. Oh my goodness, bro. Stop being weird. I gotta be careful with the running though, because I don't want to alert any bigums. Did I? I didn't get... Yeah. Right. I feel like I'm going... Oh. Well, let's start with the center. There, this might be a dead end. Nope. Center. Ah. Okay, so the center takes me to that thing that I need to get set up. So I guess maybe the other two would be the area to get those things done. So if I go around that way and then to the other way, maybe that way looks like it might be blocked off actually. We'll see. Shoot. Okay. There does seem to be another level below. Okay, this is hopefully not a dead end. Oh shoot. Let's try the other side. Ah, I saw vines covering that up. Maybe that can be moved? Is there a button or anything nearby? Ooh. I suspect there's a button that moves that thing. That moves that thing right there. I don't think this would blow it up, would it? I don't think it would, but let me just... No, okay. I don't know how close range this thing is. I'll have to try shooting something with it. There has to be a button somewhere around here, right? Where would it be? The tracks stop here. And then there's a glare on the TV. No way to get down below. So maybe something back upstairs then. I might have to go farther back. Maybe there's another way farther back that I need to go. Wait. Is this where I came from? Oh, maybe I got turned around when I fought that thing. Just in case. Oh, that... I mean, maybe I gotta go farther back. But I feel like there's something else I haven't explored in this area before I go back over. I want to make sure I'm extra thorough with that. The heck, you waving at me? Don't do that. I mean, I don't see any buttons that I can press. Pardon me. Mm-hmm. Right. I guess there's something farther back. I don't know. I don't see no buttons. Jeez, this is horrible. Ugh. Oh my God. This is the opposite direction, I guess. What is that? Okay, I haven't gone further. Okay. I don't like this hallway. Did I come from there? Hmm. Wait, where'd that monster go? Oh, jeez. Three shots to kill one of those. Damn it. Get off. Dang. Oh. Speaking of ammo. Hmm. Oh, 1 second. Yeah. I had the chat turned off. I was like, hold on a second here. For some reason I thought you read the movies. Am I crazy? Although I appreciate the company. Shoot. Shoot. Thought maybe I would find something that way, but only the ammo, which was still nice. Dang. Yeah, I can only go that way. And I looked that way several times, I feel. So there must be something this way that I've missed. Come on. What am I missing? Nothing there. I already did that button. I think. Sorry to hear that, though. Yeah, that's where I... Hold on. I don't think there's much else to explore anyway. But no, I can't go that way. So you said go back this way and then go up? I think I already went that way. Or you mean go back inside of the creature? For that, because I think that's the whole... Go this way. And then there's this way right here. Which takes me around to the other side. That takes me up there, but there's nothing there. This is the other side of that. It's blocked off. Maybe there's something. I checked over here too. This looks like it might be something doable, but no. Probably an enemy. And there's this area, which there are nothing that I haven't already done. Well, there's this thing right here. But I think we left off here because we had to go find other things to turn this on. I think it was the argument we were making. Right. So I can't do anything with this yet until I get the other pieces in place. But I haven't seen where the other pieces are. Unless they're in this room somewhere. Have I gone up here? Doesn't seem to be anything up here. Straightforward. Ugh. carry forward through here. I think I've done this already, but I'm gonna double check. Uh-oh. Wait. Oh. Ammo, and I think that was health. Another door, but hold on. Let me try this way. Oh. Oh, this guy's blocking the way. Three of these, kill it. Only two more left. Those things are probably usually worth killing. Okay. This is somewhere new, maybe? Okay. Shit. Okay. Hold up. Hold up. Finally. Okay. We're making progress. Hey, that opens up a lot. I think 3 doors. Door over there. Shoot. I'm gonna get a couple of free shots in this thing. Huh? I didn't pay attention to my health at all. I didn't see those other things around there. I was so locked in on that one big guy. Smart enemy placement. Smart enemy placement. Well played. Tough. Shoot. Here, let me double check my ammo. I should. Yeah, hold on. Or wait, is it this thing? Yeah. Bloop bloop. Fully loaded. Oh, bollocks. Pizza time. Party time. That's what I was wondering. I was like, did I shoot it the first time before I reloaded? But I was pretty certain that gun was not fully reloaded. So it does seem like it's a far or close range weapon for sure. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. Come on, man. I ain't got time for that. I got stuck. I'm trying to like aim for the knot hole so I can kill it in 2 hits without the cutscene. Yep. I bet this door is a shortcut. Did one shot kill it? Oh shoot. Oh shoot. Gross. Gross. Yeah, I think that was the shortcut back. No, I just gotta remember how to get back around. Not here? Other way. I think it's on the other side, but let me just be thorough and check over here too. No. There we go. Whew. Wait, what? I didn't do anything over here though. This isn't the one that I was doing earlier. Two out of 3. Positive there's nothing over here. There's might be one more upstairs. No. In the middle down, maybe. Yeah, oh yeah, because that's that door right there. Yeah, I think so. That takes me. Wait, what? I think this takes me back to the same. Oh, I'll just out my ammo. Left. Oh. Making our way downtown. Oh. Dang it. Get up. Goodness. Oh no. Oh no. More of those. What's this? Oh? Health nobules? Good stuff. It's good stuff. Yeah. Oh. Elevator. I didn't need to do that, but I already had it out. Sick. The dead end. There'd be more. Oh shoot. What the hell? I can't do anything. How did one sneak up behind me and it's another one sneaking behind me? There's two of them. Oh, dang. They are quiet. I don't know how they snuck up on me. You turned the volume too. So quiet, so elegant. Two shots for the dome piece. I didn't do this last time. Yeah, I think I want to go back this way though, right? Yeah, I see the shortcut now. Yeah, I got jumped last time. I mean, this is health. But I do need ammo. Got me paranoid, man. Okay. So gross. Ah! Why am I not shooting my gun? I got one shot left. I feel like that was some sort of trick to get me to use all my ammo. And I fell into it. Yeah, that's an ambush. It felt like I picked something, like I couldn't remember it, but it felt like I picked something. Wait, did I even? Let me go back. Yeah. Because where did he come from? I passed it. That's empty. Hey, what do you mean? Where that light is. Ugh. Ah. You're talking about this thing? I mean, that's the elevator. There's a glare on my screen, so it might be something I'm missing here. Oh. Oh, man. Wait. Why can't I click this? Not this? What thing? Yeah, I'm left clicking. Make sure my left click still works. I mean, I've been doing this all day, so I'm pretty sure that, yeah, that button is still used. Come on over here, man. Let me save and reload. Ah, shoot, how do I save? Shucks. Yeah. I don't know. That's a bummer. I don't know what else I would have had to have clicked. Appreciate it. It should have only taken like one shot, I think. Yeah. Right. Shortcut, yep. And then that goes down. I want one that goes up. Oh shit. Get this. Poor Bob's like, what are you gonna do to me next? Wow, get me off of this thing. Piece of crap. So I should be able to kill just one and get out because there's nothing back that way. So I don't want to waste my ammo. Yep. Run. I think I'm safe once I'm in the cutscene, I assume. Bye-bye. I knew it. Yeah, heal time for sure. Reload time too. Two heals will do. Nope. Think about ammo on that one. No, I got 2 shots left. Okay. Sweet, that's the 3rd one. Should be able to go back. And I have the shortcut. And then I think it's straight down the middle. I still missing something? They're all different. Where do I want them to go? I don't know. Wait, what? How many are there? Wait, that doesn't make any sense. It moved. Wait, what? What the hell did I just do? I know what I did, but I don't know why that worked. Whatever. We're not gonna question it. We're not gonna question it. Oh. I can't exit. Where are we going? I can't exit. I'm stuck. I just went to the Matrix. No, wait. Oh. Oh, this way was blocked. Blocked off. Oh my god, bro. What is going on? I'm infected with something. Where am I going? Uh-oh. Okay. Going home, you say? To Jesus? What is going on in this world? Yo, yo. Oh. I passed the test, so I don't know what's going on. Oh. Thought the mic was attacking me for a second there. It dropped down on its own. Station 008. 0080. Bro. Oh, what is happening to me? I'm going home. What the heck? This place is kind of trippy. It has like some Asian vibes to it. Almost Indian. Hey, yo, what in the world is going on here? Is she being held? What's going on here? Oh, okay. The Sus Castle. That doesn't bode well. Cthulhu? What's he doing here? So some sort of alien master race is like some Reapers type situation where they're indoctrinating other beings or creating other human beings? Is this like a reverse AI situation where somebody creates sentient life? Some other entity creates like a bio-organic AI? We're just completing tasks. Look at the crucifixes. Oh, what the hell? Oh, damn. What the Oh man, these are like energy sources. Hey, yo, what the heck? Huh. See what's happening to a degree. Holy crap. I've noticed. Uh-oh. What's gonna happen to me now? What? Where'd you put that? Oh, of course. Oh, oh. Okay. Oh, what is that thing? I see what you did there. Oh my God. My brain doesn't know how to process all this. I'll have some post-thought reflections, post-game reflections. Ugh. How do I get down there? Stairs are broken there too. What the heck? Do I gotta go back a little bit more? Yeah, I mean, I have to go back. This way, right? Ooh. I see some fertility type stuff going on over here. See some menu windows happening. I see them. I see them. Speak no evil type stuff. Very fertile. Impressive. Impressive. See that in there? Maybe I gotta go around the other way? Music? Hello? Why are you doing that? Isn't that where this came from? It is. Did I think I was already in here. I think this is the same place. Inside and downstairs. How do I get downstairs? Dang. Losing my mind here. But so I don't know if it's a timing or if the game does contribute to it, but I always it's like every Sunday around this time I get nauseous now. So I think I want to find a good stopping point. And I feel like this area is, but I don't want to start off confused. But yeah, I'll have to stop it here and then start up next time, because I am definitely gonna have to take a break. I want to beat this game. I still don't feel like it's the game itself. I think it's just my diet on a Sunday is I don't eat beforehand, and I always feel nauseous beforehand. But I'm not hungry for what I have down here, so I'm gonna eat some real food and feel better. So I guess what I'll do is I'll end it here. Yeah, I think there's one more mission. I didn't look at any spoilers, but I'm pretty sure we have one last mission, so being able to do that last one in isolation will be good. And so that's what I will do. I might be back a little later on. If you want to play some Reanimal or something, let me know. Oh, no, we'll do that later. But I will be around a little bit later on after I like lie down for a little bit. But sorry about that, guys. I am going to take care of my body, and then I'll be back. Also, I have the Wednesday streams as well, so stay tuned for those. But I will see you guys in the next one. But stay tuned on my social medias for any debate stuff coming up. All right, deuces.